So, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss about the art of letter, exploring the epistolary form in Richardson's Pamela. Here is my academic information. Then there is a table of content, and we are going to start with introduction. Samuel Richardson's Pamela, a virtue rewarded, utilized the epistolary form to narrate the story of Pamela Andrew, whose letter reveal her moral struggle and dreams. This structure not only depends character development but also highlight the theme of virtue, class, and personal agency. Then there is an introduction about the epistolary form. What are the characteristic of epistolary form? So story told through letter. The story is a share through letter or message, making us feel like we are reading someone's private thought. So a great example of a story told through letter is Pamela's letter to Mr. B or her parents, then insight into emotions and struggle. Later show the character's true feelings, problem, and personal growth. Here is the example of Pamela is great. Then creates intimacy. Reading personal letter help us connect closely with the character, understanding their joy and fear. A real time connection. A letter often describe event as they happen, giving a sense of immediacy and presence. Then personal voice. The characters' unique voice come through in letter, making them feel more real and relatable. So during the exchanging letter, only Pamela's personal voice is there. So it represents the personal voice. Then there is one quotation of Janet Gurkin Etman about epistolary novel. The study of the epistolary novel is of interest because it is one of the first literary genre to be developed through the discovery of a new medium and author's exploration of its narrative and linguistic potential. Then there is a trend of epistolary novel in 18th century. So in 18th century, epistolary novel introduced as a new genre not only in England but all over Europe. The letter and the epistle novel become the specific medium of communication for European sensibility and the language of emotion, reflect the moral and social challenges of the 18th century. Then there are some example of epistolary novel. So first is a Montesquieu Persian letter published in 1721. Then Samuel Richardson, she wrote two epistolary novel. First is Pamela or Virtue Rewarded, published in 1740. It tells the story of Pamela. Then second is a Clarissa or the history of a young lady. She caught in a battle between his her personal desire and family's expectation. Then another example is a Jean Jacob Rousseau's Julia or the New Heloise. Then John Wolfgang von Goethe's The Sorrow of Young Werther. Then Mary Shelley's Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. So this trend of epistolary novel start from 18th century to end with the 19th century. Then Pamela is an epistolary novel. So a story unfold through Pamela's letter and journal entries provide an intimate first-person perspective, capture in real-time emotion and thoughts, highlight the theme of virtue, morality, and social mobility, strengths realism and personal connection with readers. Then epistolary form is not proved as a complete form of literature because it has a strength and limitation. So first we discuss the strength of epistolary form. So immediacy, letter and diary make the story feel real time and direct. Then intimacy, the personal nature of letters create a close emotional connection with the character. Psychological depth, this form let us see a character's inner thought and emotion in detail. So in Pamela, Pamela's all fear, thought about Mr. B, about Mrs. Jervis, Miss Hughes, every thought and psychological depth that she noticed that reflect in her letter. Then the limitation of the epistolary form, unreliable narrator. The narrator's view is a bias, so the story might be distorted or incomplete. So here we can see only the view of Pamela. There is no other person, other character who tell what is the characteristic of another character. We only emphasize on character of Pamela, and we have to accept what is Pamela said according to her view. So this one is the limitation. Then limited perspective. The story usually show only one or a few characters' view, leaving out important detail or event. Then the conclusion, the epistolary form, central to 18th century storytelling, gave Pamela or Virtue Rewarded its unique emotional depth and immediacy by using later. Richardson captured personal thought while addressing larger social theme like virtue and class. Despite its limitation, Pamela revolutionized the novel form, blending individual experience with cultural commentary, and its legacy continue to shape narrative traditions today. So here is my reference, and thank you. Now you are free to ask question.
Question. My question is to you that what are the limitations of the epistolary form as seen in Pamela, and how do they impact the reader's interpretation of events?
So as I earlier mentioned that there is a no significance of another character. We have to accept what Pamela say. So it is a limitation, and through the character of Pamela, we judge all the character. So there is a no space for another character. Next.
So, Krishna, my question is for you. How does the epistolary form in Pamela Virtue Rewarded enhance the portrayal of a protagonist virtue and inner struggles?
So this question answer also given in earlier question that only Pamela's view is important. So it give all virtue or significance to Pamela. So we can continue with Pamela's character.